Well, as Brian did say, about 80 crews at the scene right now as that massive search and rescue effort continues. Dozens of people still unaccounted for. Rescuers moving rubble and clearing paths to safely tunnel into that debris. Canines also being used in the help to find survivors. NewsNation correspondent Michael Shore live in Sherman Oaks, California. So, Michael, you spoke with the Los Angeles fire chief in charge of search and rescues, and he described what those crews are going through right now.
Yeah, it's an incredible thing, Nicole. And just listening to what Brian Enson's reporting told us about the people that are just waiting, listening to their loved ones. Anyone who remembers 9/11 knows that. The people behind me, the firefighters behind me, you can see a piece of shrapnel from the World Trade Center steel beam and a piece of the Pentagon, the limestone from the Pentagon. Those are the search and rescues that the people behind us worked on. And when you talk about search and rescue, you're talking about the most harrowing work that can be done in a disaster. Search and rescue, the real first responders in the frantic search for survivors.
Urban search and rescue firefighters are trained to just a little higher level in the technical rescue environment in order to be a structural collapse technician.
A disaster such as the building collapse Thursday in South Florida is exactly when Los Angeles Fire Department Battalion Chief Craig White says the urban search and rescue teams go to work.
The first thing is scene size up, just to see what you have. You really got to take a lap, we call it, take a look around, get that 360-degree view.
Here in Sherman Oaks, California, Fire Station 88 acts as a local and national training ground for search and rescue.
So this is a simulated two-story apartment building that's collapsed.
It was a harrowing view for Surfside, Florida Mayor Charles BURKETT today.
It has gone down, and I mean there's just feet in between stories where there were 10 feet.
Chief White says they need to keep space as they go into those situations and enter from the safest part of the structure.
And make it safe as we go. So we're shoring up that building. We're putting lumber and doing different techniques to keep it from collapsing further.
We had dogs out in the middle of the night looking for survivors in the rubble, but it was just so dangerous and so dark that they made one pass and they did not get any hits.
Dogs are a vital tool in any rescue.
We are able to bring those dogs in and do that search, and that helps alleviate the guesswork.
But the work is as grave as it is dangerous, and the decision's gut-wrenching when they see a fatality as they still have work to do.
You're not going to spend the time and the energy to remove them at that point when you know that they're not viable. So it's tough. You have to move on. It's not an easy thing.
You know, Nicole, I was inside that simulated building collapse that's behind this building here, that training site, and to think what people are going through in Miami when that one was hardly collapsed that I was in, I can only imagine what it's like down in South Florida now. Nicole?